at another time as well. Great, so now we're on the live stream. We've hit YouTube, look at us. All right, so I'll go ahead and get started and introduce myself. And then as people trickle in, my colleague Peterson in the background will go ahead and admit them for us. So good morning, everyone. My name is Nadia Al-Seed. I am the Executive Director here at the Haitian American Chamber of Commerce of Florida, also known as HACOF. HACOF was incorporated on February 7, 2005, and we serve as an advocate for the community, where we're a resource for consumers and businesses dedicated to serving both the needs of our members and the economic development needs of the broader Haitian and Haitian American community, as well as its supporters. So it's my distinct pleasure to introduce you all to Mr. Leroy Green. Leroy Green is a seasoned professional with expertise in business development and outreach, as well as project management and data analysis. With a passion for fostering business growth, Leroy has a track record of success in the following engagements with these organizations: the Florida Department of Health, Florida Department of Transportation, the Florida Department of Children and Families, and Revive Investment Solutions Enterprise. He has an educational background in management information systems. He's a certified public manager, as well as a licensed real estate professional. So quite the accolades and achievements. So Mr. Leroy does come from the SSBCI, which I'll let him explain a little bit more about those acronyms and what that really means to us, right? This organization was originally established in 2010 and has been highly successful in increasing access to capital for traditionally underserved, excuse me, I'm tired this morning, underserved small businesses and entrepreneurs. So basically, he's here to talk to us about capital funding. And so we're really looking forward to hearing his presentation, some of the things that can be offered to us as businesses and business owners, and hopefully we'll be able to build upon this to grow our business. So, Mr. Green, I will allow you to take it away, introduce yourself, and share your presentation. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nadia, for the invite. Excited to be here, guys, and share this information. Again, the State Small Business Credit Initiative is pretty much a program that's designed to help small businesses, minority businesses. Businesses are underserved in our community. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go ahead and run through some slides. Now, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to raise a hand, stop me. You can put it in the chat. We can kind of use this information informally where we can have some back and forth. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see the presentation. Sorry, got a couple of messages going on here. All right, can everyone see that, or did I share the wrong screen? Can you guys see my phone?
Perfect. Yeah, we can see it. It's perfect. Okay. So you just got to present, that's all. Yeah.
Right. All right. So the State Small Business Credit Initiative is offered through Florida Commerce, which is previously Department of Economic Opportunity. So they're going through a rebrand right now with moving over to the Florida Commerce. So if you haven't heard about Florida Commerce and you have heard about Department of Economic Opportunity, it's the same thing. It's just going through a rebrand or a rename. So, all right, so we'll start off with what is the State Small Business Credit Initiative. It's pretty much an initiative that was enacted by the federal government, with Florida receiving over $488 million in funds. The purpose is to support small business lending, grow Florida's small businesses, and also create jobs that support families. Again, The initiative was a program through the United States Department of Treasury. Again, supporting minority businesses, women-owned businesses, veteran-owned, businesses that are in rural areas, and very small businesses. And we'll get into a little bit more about each one of those categories as we go through the presentation. So how much funding is available? So if you see here on the screen, there's different categories of funding available. $300 million is available for pretty much all businesses. Well, small businesses, let me say that. And we'll go into some of those definitions, that what defines a small business versus a very small business versus any other business. Very small businesses, $23 million, almost $24 million in funding for very small businesses. And then the city-owned businesses, there's an allocation of over $107 million for very small businesses. And one of the reasons it was broken out in this way is so the other businesses who may have a little bit more resources aren't able to go ahead and apply faster and get all of the money. So there's sets of money set aside so everyone is included and no businesses are left out. Okay, so how can SSBCI help your business? The funds can be used for all types of business purposes: business procurement, startup, franchise fees, equipment, inventory, pretty much anything that you need to make your business run, to get it to that next level, to create more efficiency, things of that nature. So there's a wide variety of things that the business funds can be used for. It also helps because of the way it's set up is designed to help businesses that may be short on collateral, businesses that haven't been around very long, startup businesses. You've only been in business for 6 months, a year. Maybe you haven't started the business yet, but you have a great business idea in mind that you want to start. And so these funds can be used in all those different purposes. Any questions before I move on? I don't want to go too fast, but give everybody an opportunity to kind of digest some of the information here. Okay, again, what businesses are eligible? We talked earlier a little bit about, small business versus very small business. So the definition of a small business for the SSBCI purposes is a business that has 750 or fewer employees. That includes corporations, partnerships, sole proprietors, independent contractors, nonprofit, and cooperatives. Now, minority-owned business, women-owned business, veteran-owned business. Okay, there's a definition for that too, and we'll get into that on the next slide. Businesses in rural areas. We'll have a little graphic that shows a map, kind of for coverage of those rural areas, and again, very small businesses. Okay, so the definition for women-owned, veteran-owned, minority-owned, some people may know it as Weeby Meeby. So it's a business that is owned or operated 51% by a woman, minority, or veteran. Owned or operated. So any questions about that before we move on?
So I do have a question. How do you prove the operational piece where it says owned or operated?
Well, the way the state has it set up, they're not trying to, they're not trying to put up barriers. They're trying to take down those barriers for lending. So the proof is pretty much on the owner. It's a self-certified form that you fill out that they'll supply to you, self-certified. And that goes in with the loan application, and it's pretty much that's all it takes. So again, the barriers are this program is designed to take down those barriers to obtaining credit for our businesses. Okay, a city-owned business. So SETI stands for socially economically disadvantaged individual. And I won't read through everything on here, but I'll read that first paragraph. According to the SSBCI regulations and guidelines, SETI businesses are businesses owned by individuals who have had access to credit or reasonable terms diminished as is compared to others in comparable economic circumstances due to memberships in certain groups. Okay, so we can kind of derive what that means for lack of a better term, our people, you know, minorities, women, Black, Hispanic, Haitian, anybody who's been in one of those categories where, you know, credit hasn't just been given to you just because you're there. So that is basically the definition of a city-owned business. Again, the first sentence, these are small businesses that have certified their own or controlled by individuals who reside in community development financial institution investment areas. And we'll go over that term as well in the next slide. But again, it's self-certified. Any questions before we move on? All right. Okay, CDFI, again, Community Development Financial Institution investment areas are geographic areas that meet one or more of objective criteria of economic distress, okay? And again, here's a graphic that shows the green areas are the areas that are considered CDFI areas. And so they're more of the rural areas that are outside of the city limits, not the big metropolitan areas. And so these areas where companies are either owned or the owners reside in these areas are areas that are covered under the SSBCI initiative. Excuse me. Okay, very small businesses. So we talked.
I'm sorry, Leroy, I apologize.
No problem.
Got a real quick question.
Absolutely, go ahead.
Is that thing about rural based on numbers of people in that rural area?
Yes, I believe so. I believe that is based on the population for those areas.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. All right, moving on to some very small businesses. So we talked about just the definition of just small business, which is 750 employees or fewer. And then there's very small businesses, which are businesses that have 10 or fewer employees. So these are the mom and pop shops. These are the, you know, the sole proprietors that, you know, they handle the procurement, they handle the inventory, they handle the day-to-day operations, they handle, you know, so these are those businesses that don't have, you know, a ton of employees. But again, looking back to one of those previous slides, there's a set of money set aside for these businesses, so they're not left out in the cold. Okay, now we talk about, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about how the program works, because we're coming to the end of the slides here. But the participating lenders can be banks, credit unions, certified development companies, and community CDFIs, community development financial institutions. So the way the program works is SSBCI partners with these lenders to create the loan. So they pretty much take a lot of the risk out of the lender's side and partner the loan with the SSBCI funds. Okay, again, there's a participating lenders list that has been published in the past. We've taken it down because they're redoing some of the content on the website. So I don't think the participating lenders list is there yet, but you can reach out to me and I can get you, if depending on what area you're in the state, a local lender that covers that area, or we have a few of the lenders that are statewide lenders that can cover any area. And that's just another slide. This is some information. If you want to take down this information for email and phone number, how to get in contact with and get some more information. And I'll also be able to share my information as well. Okay, now we're going to go into a little bit about the types of loans that are available. I won't go into much detail because I'm not on the lending side, so I don't want to, give out any incorrect information. But collateral support is one type of program. It's for, those businesses that may not have that collateral to put up for being able to get that loan. So what the SSBCI does is they come in with funds that help bridge that gap of that collateral shortfall. Venture capital is for those businesses that are, kind of going, but need that extra push to kind of get to that next level in their business. Loan participation. Loan participation is pretty much it's a partnership between SSBCI and the lender, where the SSBCI will participate in the loan and kind of making the loan work. The guarantee and capital access programs are, again, two different types of loan programs. So the way you find out more about these programs is when you speak with your lender. Now, not all lenders will offer every loan type. Some lenders may just offer one, some may offer all five. We kind of leave it up to the lender and what their appetite is for the different types of programs. Any questions on that before we move?
Question, do you find that to be a usual individual conversation, just to, spread out what you were talking about before, like an individual conversation with a banker in the local area, since right now the lenders list is being updated? What are your suggestions there?
Well, the suggestions are once the borrower is ready to move forward, we'll connect them with a lender in the area, or like I say, a statewide lender if there's not one in the area. We do have some shortfalls in certain areas where we feel like we need to beef up that lending in certain areas. And so as I'm doing programs like this and information sessions like this, we also have another team that are speaking with lenders on a weekly basis that's, kind of building out those areas in certain counties where we may not have a lender, or, regional areas where we may not have lenders. And this
I have
is just
a question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So have you guys already started giving out funding? Because I've heard about this program since last year. They had the deck out, the presentation been going around last year, but there's been no information on any lenders. I've reached out to a couple banks and they're like, oh, we don't know anything about this, or this is not really happening. So have you guys started funding some projects, and how much is left in the reserve?
So the initial rollout was around November of last year. I believe that's when it actually, the bill was signed, quote unquote, to go into the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity. Around March is when it was live from November, but around March is when they put a team together to really start promoting it. And so we've been kind of promoting since March. Now there is about, the first tranche of money was $142 million that was released. Again, that was back in November. We're about, I want to say 75% done with that tranche of money. The second tranche of money is going to be $170 odd million. That once we hit certain thresholds, I believe it's like 80%, and certain areas, certain blocks of that money. Like I said, the city owned, the small business owned. Once you hit certain blocks of that money, then they'll release that second tranche of money. We're anticipating that second tranche of money to be released sometime before the end of this year. We think we're going to hit that those targets. But yes, so basically the first tranche of money is out, and it's you know, it's being lended out. We've closed close to 60 or so, between 60, 70 transactions over the last few months. And so, but there is money, that there is more money coming out, and there's a third tranche of money that's going to be another $170 odd million. So going to come out once the second tranche of money has been exhausted.
Okay, and I know you mentioned you can't speak too much on the lending side of it, but
Mhm.
can you speak to some of the terms that's been offered through the program at the different lenders that are
Unfor-
participating?
Unfortunately, I can't, because we just don't know how these lenders are going to, what interest rates they're going to do. It's a case by case basis. It's one of those things where, you know, one lender may charge a rate of 5%, one lender may charge a rate of 10%. I don't know. The qualifications vary from lender to lender as well. But what SSBCI does is, for the underwriting through the federal part, the only thing that we need is, again, you have to certify the type of small business you are, you know, whether it's small business, very small, minority, women owned. And so that's pretty much, and it has to be a Florida-based business. And so those are pretty much the two qualifications on our side, that as far as being able to get the loan underwritten. So what that does is it allows these lenders to put their own qualifications on there, which don't have to be as stringent as if they were going through an underwriting process with, you know, Fannie Mae or any other, you know, underwriting program.
Okay, I have two more questions and no more,
Absolutely.
and I'll let you go. So for when you were referring to the very small businesses, and you had 10 employees, is it 10 full-time employees or 10 people on the payroll?
That's a good question. I don't think the full-time or part-time makes a difference, but I would have to get back to you on that. I believe it's just, it doesn't have to be 10, it could be 1. So it just can't be over 10 to be, but that's a good question. Yeah, I'd have to ask about that, because you may have 12 and 2 may be part-time. Is that kind of what you're thinking? Something
Yeah.
along that line?
Yeah, so that's why I was like, is it full-time? Or because certain programs are, okay, we classify everybody as full-time. Well, whatever full-time number you get, head count, that's how they're doing it. So, okay. And then my last question for right now is, so we'll go back to the lenders. So what requirements are put on them? Because I know sometimes when there's quote unquote special programs, which I'm grateful that the fact that, you know, people are acknowledging that minorities do have the harder, a harder push to get into business and operate. But sometimes the lenders I have found to be, their lending rate seems quite higher, or even their loan packaging fees are higher than, you know, the traditional bank. If somebody was to just go and get a conventional loan or even an SBA loan, have you guys put anything into place to kind of reduce that or prevent them from gouging us on that piece of it?
Well, there are caps on the amount of fees for certain programs. And I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, but there are certain caps on fees that they can charge for certain programs. I want to say it's between 1 to 4%. And I believe that's in the participation, where maybe the borrower participates and it puts in 1%, the lender puts in 1%, up to, and then SSBCI puts in another percent. But there are certain caps, but there really is no overall restriction on what they can charge for interest rates. And but the design of it is for them to be able to you know, kind of be able to offer a lower, maybe not a lower interest rate, but a lower entry fee into the program, so they don't have to kind of offset their losses or offset their risk. That's what the SSBCI program is designed to do, is to give banks this, or lenders, the extra support so they can be more lenient with some of their fees and things of that nature. Did that kind of answer your question?
Yes, thank you so much.
No problem, absolutely. All right, so again, this slide is basically just kind of showing a little graphic of the capital access program. Again, I don't want to go too much into these loan programs, but just to give you a little overview of the different types that are available. Again, we got the loan participation, the loan guarantee, and I believe this is recorded, so you can kind of read through these. They give you a brief overview of how that loan works, but again, you really want to talk to a lender and get more details of how their product works with this program. Equity capital, I believe in a couple of slides, I think we need to change that, but the venture capital is now called the equity capital. That's another one of the rebrand things that took place. Now, just a little bit, I'll give you a little bit more about the loan program. So SSBCI can support up to 50% of a loan. So again, when we talk about partnering with lenders, the lender, let's say on $100 million loan, not 100 million, $100,000 loan, the lender may say, okay, well, we're willing to do 50% if SSBCI will do the other 50%. And it's just quick numbers, but SSBCI can do up to 50% of a loan with a maximum up to 20 million per single transaction. So. And that is the end of the presentation. Again, if you guys have any more questions, I'm here to answer those questions.
It's me again. Hi, everyone. It's Danny. So you said that it could go up to, you guys can finance 50%. What's the qualification of that loan? Like, how do you guys determine what percentage is going to be financed on your end?
It will be on a case-by-case basis. And I think that will be more of the what the bank and the borrower needs are, more than just a set. This is we'll do 40% for this one, 25% for this one. So it's more of a need case-by-case basis. Each one of these transactions is looked at by Florida Commerce. They run through a process. One of the highlights for this program is the amount of time that it takes to underwrite. These loans are pretty much able to be written in a short period of time, somewhere around 2 weeks. You know, once all the paperwork's in, it goes very quickly. Excuse me. So for the process to begin from the intake of the lender putting in the loan application, I think it's like maybe like a 7 or 8 day process, and then get it underwritten is like maybe 3 to 5 days from that. So again, it's a very quick process once all the paperwork is over to Florida Commerce. Any other questions?
Any other questions, anyone? Thank you. No? All right, I do want to, if anybody has any questions that they think of, please, you can unmute your mic. But I do want to take this opportunity to say thank you, Leroy, for coming and gracing us with your presence to let us know a little bit more about the SSB CI and the program. Usually, if you guys have ever met me in person, I am really about networking and making sure that we all know who's in the room. If you so choose, I will give you the opportunity to unmute your mic, and if you want to show your face, you can, and let us know a little bit about your business. You have basically 1 minute to do so, so it's 60 seconds, and then we'll move on to the next person. And this, just remember, this is being live streamed, so whomever might see this, you never know, they might be interested in your business and supporting you. So I did see Mark Henderson did unmute. Hi, Mark. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing, my dear? How's it going?
Great. Good morning.
Good.
Go
I'm
ahead.
Mark Henderson, Community Relations Coordinator for the Miami International Airport, and one of my responsibilities is to talk to chambers, and obviously HACA is one of those. And we're doing really great at the airport. We expect to do 52 million passengers this year, which would be a record for us. And we've gotten 2 new airlines in, Norse coming in from London and Oslo, and also Lever, that's coming in from Barcelona. Good morning.
That's fantastic. Well, welcome, Mark. Thank you for being
Thank you.
here.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Don't be shy, please. This is about your business. You want people to know who you are. Danny, how about you?
Oh, I was just about to unmute myself. Perfect. So I'm
Let's
gonna
see your
use-
face.
Oh, no. You'll see my face another day, but not today. I am very much so pregnant. We're like maybe 4 days out. She'll be here on Tuesday.
Wow,
Okay.
congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to use 30 seconds on Mark and my other 30 on who I am. So my first thing, hi everyone, good morning. My name is Danny Augustin. I am a franchisee of multiple brands. I have Nothing Bundt Cakes. I have Tropical Smoothie, as well as a Ben & Jerry. Nothing Bundt Cakes is over in Sunrise. We are expanding. Tropical Smoothie is in Fort Lauderdale, and we have one in North Miami Beach on Biscayne, 14500 Biscayne Boulevard. And we're growing with our Ben & Jerry, 3 locations. So hi everyone, happy Friday. And then Mark, I definitely wanted to chat a little bit or get your contact information at the end, but we definitely been trying to get into the airport just for the concession. And it's just been kind of hard just to kind of see as the airport is growing and gaining more airlines coming in. Are you guys doing renovation, and are the current concessioners looking to, master concessioners looking to increase, new vendors or add-on vendors?
Okay, you're taking 30 seconds. I'm going to try to take 30 seconds back from you. At this particular point in time, the best thing that you can do is you have to be a vendor. If you're not a vendor with the county, don't talk to us. That's just the way that unfortunately it operates. So go online on the county website, miamidade.gov, and apply for a vendor's application. I believe it's still $25, and that will at least get you started. And then from there is a minority business meeting once a month at the beginning of the month on a Friday at Building 5A in the training room. And you can come listen to that and see what's going on as it relates to the availability of possibility of getting into the airport. And I didn't realize you were running the Bundt Cakes. I know where that is. And
oh, awesome.
Yeah, I know where that is, and I've had Bundt Cakes before, and they're delicious.
Yes, they are.
They're very addicting. No, thank you, Mark.
You're most welcome, my dear.
So
Let
the
me,
information.
while we're going through this, I'll put my information in the chat.
Okay, thank you so much. I do attend the minority monthly meeting for the airport. Just haven't anything has not come up. So I was like, maybe you might know something else. But I'll reach out to you and
Okay.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you so much to the both of you, Danny and Mark. All right, Living Soul.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday.
morning.
Also, Danny, can you share the location? I'm in Palm Beach, so sometime I do travel to Miami and Fort Lauderdale, so I can always stop by. All right, again, happy Friday, everyone. This is my first time attending meeting with the organization. Great information. And I want to say thank you to, let me make sure I said his name right. Green, right? Mr. Green? Is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Mr. Green. I'll go ahead and do 30-second of the business that I'm representing today, and also 30-second of myself. So my name is Widlin Pierre. I am a former school counselor. I am a mental health therapist. I don't see clients anymore because I'm trying to switch my brain from the clinician side to business side now, which is totally different. It's a totally different ballgame. So I don't see client, I don't practice, but I am a mental health therapist. I used to work for the school district for over 10 years, providing guidance support and also mental health support to our children, our students, and so forth. So now I'm more into the business side and coaching in regard to fitness. I have lost over 85 pounds. So I'm into fitness. Yes, I'm into fitness. So I'm trying to navigate that work side of coaching and fitness. I'm representing the company called Living Soul LLC. So Living Soul LLC, we are in Palm Beach, and we are expanding to Port St. Lucie, where we will have our first center. So we provide ABA services. So basically ABA is kind of like a behavior techniques and different techniques that you apply to work with children with autism or any related disabilities. We do offer speech as well, and also mental health counseling. So those three services we offer to the community, to people who looking for those type of services. Again, we started in Palm Beach. And then with COVID, we had a block, but we keep going. And then now we are looking forward to open our first clinic where those children, if daycare can't serve them, or for now the public school can't serve them, then they can come to our center and we can provide them those services. So our center and Port St. Lucie will open its door before the end of October, and we will be at 2967 West Midway Road. So if anybody knows families with children with autism or any other related disability, Down syndrome, or any type of disability, then they're looking for support, they're looking for that guidance, we can provide that support. And our number is 561-572-6773. And our website is www.livingsoulllc.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Widleen. We have our sister chapter here, Hack Off Treasure Coast. So I'm not sure if you've connected with the team there, but we can get you guys connected. Make sure you leave your information in the chat, because what it's all about, it's not what you know, it's about who you know. So making sure that we make those connections together. Anybody else want to share?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Jack. My first time meeting you guys, and I thank you, Mr. Green, by sharing those good information for the community, especially the minority business owner. Myself, after my graduation at Nova University, involved in finance, I'm glad I heard Mrs. Living Soul was teaching at the school. This is what I do. I have an agency called Optimum Insurance and Financial Solutions. What we do is most likely coaching folks who about to retire. Not only that, the small business, because we know by 2025, the government will allow all the small business to have a retirement plan for their employees. So, which is something that we always focus on, and we do health and insurance in terms of Obamacare, which is something that's very important for our communities as well. And also we provide Medicare as well. So we have an agency with around 5 or 6 agents in it. We plan to grow. We are in Palm Beach County, plan to go all the way to Orlando and going on to Atlanta. So that's a very good moment to be with you guys. It's a pleasure. And my number is 954-496-5548. And my website is Optimum Life Plans and Financial Solutions, OptimumLifePlans.com. We'll meet there.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. Make sure you put that in the chat so that it's solid and in there, and you can save the chat before we log off today. Anyone else want to?
Good morning. Hello,
Hi.
everyone. This is Vivian. My name is Vivian June. I'm so sorry. I
Okay.
am a job coach right now. So what I do is basically find persons with disabilities, various positions out in the community. Me and a couple of my coworkers. So we're all, 3 Black women, and we were trying to think of things that we can come up with to, make funds, but not be in this chasing kind of business. So we came up with JPV natural hair, which hair is the thing with our crown is important, from our babies to men to women. It affects everyone. So we're basically creating from the ground up, so from scratch. So we don't really have employees. We are everything. Putting it together. And so this information was so vital. So thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to actually, have this information given to us. So we have some leeway of where to begin and how to put everything together. If you guys can assist with anything else, my email, I'm going to put it in the chat also for the business. It's a JPV as in Victor, natural hair @yahoo.com.
Fantastic. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Go ahead, Jerry, or
Good morning, everyone. I want to say happy Friday, TGIF. Great job, Mr. Green. My name is Jerry Briere. I'm a professional photographer here in Florida. I go from weddings to family pictures. I've been doing this for over 30 plus years. Since I retired, it became a full-time job. I'm the owner, and I'm the only one in the as far as employee. And I want to thank you, Nadia, for doing such a great job as always. And I've learned a lot. I am going to try to see if I can get a loan. Thank you, Mr. Green.
thank you, Jerry. We're so glad that you're here. Thank you so much for the support as always. Anyone else? Lorenzo, are you?
Yes. How you doing this morning, everyone? Thank everyone for all the information that you guys put out this morning. I am Lorenzo from Smokehouse Ribs and Chicken, the owner. I started this business back while I was in the military. I'm now retired, and I'm in the area of Homestead, and I'm looking to grow to go all over Florida if possible. That's what that's my goal. But anyway, we are curbside business. We do pop-ups, we do tailgating, we do parties, we do corporations and places like that. So if you guys are looking for the best barbecue in town, I'm your man. Thank you, guys.
Where do you
Awesome.
pop
Thank
up?
you.
Excuse
Where
me?
do you pop up? Where do you pop
Well,
up?
This weekend, I'm going to be at Coral Reef Park in Palmetto Bay. And on November the 11th, I will be a part of the Black Kitchen event that they're going to have off on Northwest 2nd Avenue in Miami.
Okay.
So, yeah.
We'll see you in November.
I hope to see you too, sir. I'm going to
All right.
remember that face. I'll be looking forward to meeting you.
Okay, same.
All right. Thank you guys for all the information that you guys put out.
Of course, not a problem, Lorenzo. Thank you for being here. Andrea, is that you?
Yes,
Go ahead.
yes. Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Thank you, Mr. Leroy, for such an informative session. And thank you, Nadia. I'm a newbie in this. So we just started Bellevue Wellness Care. We are geared towards psychiatry evaluation and medication management. I am a nurse practitioner, double certified in both family practice and psychiatry. So we are very happy to be able to serve our community because mental health is so needed. So we can be reached at 954-997-6468. Visit our website, it's BellevueWellnessCare.com. And thank you again for this opportunity. Looking forward to learn from everyone. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. And make sure you put your information in the chat so that we can capture it with everyone. Anyone else?
Hi, good morning. My name is Pasquale Antenor, and I also operate with Vivian with JPV Natural Hair. We just literally just started. And thank you so much for this session. We found out about it last minute, late last night around 11:30. And we said to ourselves, there is no way, no how that we are going to miss this session. So we really appreciate the effort that's being put into place that's able to provide us with as much information as we can gather in order to move forward in our new journey. Vivian, it's good to have you on. And thank you so much, Nadia. And I am located in Port St. Lucie, but she's all the way in Miami. So we're making this work. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much. And she has placed the our
Email.
information.
Yeah, I see it in the chat.
So thank you very much.
Of course, Pasquale. Thank you so much for being here. Did we catch everyone? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just sorry. I'm a little under the weather, but my name is Alizi Melholm. I am the proprietor of EM Legacy Enterprises, which is a small business consulting firm. And part of the reason me joining is to learn more about this program because oftentimes I have a lot of small business clients that I service that want to get loans or trying to get loans, but they don't do the necessary things to qualify. And so that's one of the things that I've been working on and diligently with helping them with their bookkeeping so their finances are in order, or making sure that they have the right certifications and things like that in order to qualify. So that's pretty much what my little spill. I've been doing this for like the last 5 years. I'm also in financial services. And so I can provide things like healthcare benefits and life insurance and things of that. So I'll put my information in the chat as well.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, thank you so much. Sorry you feel under the weather, and I hope you get some rest and start feeling better. So I think everyone has gone, if I'm not mistaken. I'm looking through. And so I know some of you weren't in the room when I introduced myself, so I'll take the opportunity to do that really quick. So I'm Nadia El-Cid. I am the executive director here at the Haitian American Chamber of Commerce of Florida, also known as HACOF. As you can tell, it is my intention for us to connect together, because if we don't know what anybody else does in a room, are we doing it for, right? And I believe in efficiency and making sure, hey, we don't waste our time, right? So I thank you again, Mr. Green, and all of you lovely folks who have attended today and your continuous support of Hackoff. So I want to take the opportunity to let you all know about some of the things we're up to for this next coming month. September was a really busy month for us. We did have our Young Professionals Gala, as well as our graduation for a Scale Up 305 program. So what is Scale Up 305, you ask? Scale Up 305 is our business incubator, where we do bring in small businesses and medium to high growth businesses to talk to them about finance, marketing, human resources, operations, and the like. It's a 6-week program where we're funded by Miami-Dade County, as well as some other generous donors. And so it's our opportunity to give back to our community, specifically to teach some of the things that, hey, they may not know. In addition to that, I do have a few events coming up. So I am really, really into networking. And so I am hosting a networking webinar in the evening, and that's going to be on October 5th from 6 to, let's say, 7:30. We'll see, depending on how long or what the engagement is like in our conversations that we're having, where we'll really be workshopping about elevator pitches, about how to follow up properly, and how to just make your opportunities work for you. In addition to that, we are partnering up with the City of North Miami and Councilwoman Cassandra Timothy, where she's having her Teach to Fish Business Summit, and that's October 4th, 5th, and 6th. If you are curious about what this is and you want us to provide the information to you, I did leave my email in the chat. And you can also include our general email, which is info@hackoff.com. And then also I implore all of you, if you aren't members, to join us as members, but then also to follow us on Instagram and follow us on our newsletter, because we do provide information for the community at large, but then also the things that we're doing here as a chamber. We also do have a couple of partnerships coming up in the month of October for breast cancer awareness. And then we're reestablishing our evening meet and greets. So we're quite busy over here. I keep my staff engaged, and I have a lot of energy. So if we haven't met before, please feel free to reach out. I'm extremely passionate about growing businesses within our ecosystem. And again, I can't thank you all enough for being here, and hope to see you all next month on our next Breakfast and Learn. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Thank you much.
All right, thank you.
Great
Thank
job.
you. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank